Hello, good evening, everybody. I wanted to do a video today thinking about creating your dream life. Now, creating your dream life obviously could mean so many different things to different people. And so I want to keep this fairly generic because I think it doesn't really matter actually who you are or what your dreams are. Everybody is absolutely capable of creating their dream life. We all have the ability to do it, and we will all do it for various different reasons. And that absolutely doesn't matter. So it's just about really tapping into what it is that makes you happy and what it is you want to achieve, what you want to get out of life. Now, there can be many different reasons why we get to a point where we realize that we're not living our dream life and we want to create our dream life. Likely we're at a slight crossroads in our life. Maybe there might have been an event that has happened. This could be anything from a relationship breakdown, kids growing up and leaving home, or it could just be about realizing that, now is your time, and there's no time better than now to start doing something for yourself that makes you really happy. What do I mean by dream life? Dream life means whatever you want it to mean. It can be creating a life that is meaningful, purposeful. It could be about setting a goal for personal development or health or exercise. Lifestyle, or it might just be about getting out and having some fun and going on holiday, and absolutely whatever it is that it means to you. What's holding you back from doing it? I've just been talking about this just a couple of hours ago. We create limitations for ourselves so often. That we think are based on fact. We think that they're based on limited time or limited money, limited resources, overcommitment to work or to family. But actually, it's just not the case. And we are often our own best enemies when it comes to preventing ourselves from doing what it is we actually really want to do. So I thought that we could use this time just to go over some really simple steps just to help you to narrow down really what it is that you want to achieve, and go out there and do it. So thinking about dream life, what does dream life conjure up for you? What does that mean? As I said, it will mean different things to different people and will change as well depending on what stage of your life you are at. So the first thing I think is to be really clear about what it is you actually want. And part of being clear about what you actually want is acknowledging what you already have. So this could be an exercise where you can literally get a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, and identify everything that you have, good or bad, and then be able to then work through what it is that you are loving about it and what it is you're not loving about it, what needs to go or what needs to change. And then you can start thinking about what it is you actually want and how you want your life to be different. Now, just because we've got a dream life mapped out or an idea of what we want it to be, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be something which you can do overnight. I'm always really clear with my clients when we're talking about setting goals and, really kind of going big, that it doesn't have to be something that is going to be, it's not always going to be easily achievable. Sometimes you've got to work really hard for what it is you want to get. And sometimes the time isn't right at the moment, but you can start putting in place the tools and resources that you need in order to start creating your dream life. So once you've got an idea of what it is that you want, then it's much easier to start planning. I think what often happens is that, so two things often happen. First of all, people don't want to dream big because we've got all these self-limiting beliefs in the way around whether or not we are able to do it, whether it works practically, whether we deserve it. Like, do we deserve to have the happiness? Do we deserve to have the dream home? Do we deserve to have X, Y, Z? What are the limitations that stand in the way of that? And like I said, thinking about, work responsibilities or family responsibilities or financial responsibilities are real, but they're not deal breakers. And once you've been able to set yourself the actual goal, like what it is that you actually want, what your dream life actually looks like, then, in time, there's absolutely no reason at all why you can't achieve it. I'm pretty confident at that. We do like to put obstacles in our own way. And this is about giving yourself permission to really think big. So this is what, I like to encourage my clients to do is, and not everybody's got really big, bold dreams. Like, not everybody wants to dream crazy. So for some people, having the dream life is just being a better version of themselves, or having a family life that's different to what they've got now, and an improved version, or a different job. So we're not talking about, like having a midlife crisis and moving to Thailand and opening up a beach bar, although that would be really tempting. We're just talking about whatever it is that makes you happy, whatever it is that would really get you I mean, this is it ultimately. A dream life for me is about waking up in the morning happy and fulfilled, and looking forward to getting out of bed and feeling rich, feeling abundant, feeling like you've got it all. And that could be about who you're waking up with. That could be about where you're waking up. It could be about what goes on under your roof. It could be about what you've got looking forward to. It can be absolutely whatever you want it to be. So really, as I say, dream big. And really, when I say dream big, like really let your mind just go with whatever it is that is coming in. Like when you say, like, what if I could have my perfect life, if I could wake up tomorrow morning, what would be different? It doesn't have to be majorly different, but if something was going to be different, to have your perfect life, what would it look like? So once you've got an idea of that, once you've got an idea of what it is, we then need to start, as I've already kind of alluded to, really thinking about what stands in your way of that. Now, there could be very practical reasons, right? There could be, let's say you want to, I don't know, I always say open a flower shop. I don't know why I always go with open a flower shop, because I have absolutely no desire, nor have I ever had any desire to open a flower shop. But I suppose somebody along my path somewhere has. So it might be that there are some practical things in the way that mean that you can't do that at the moment. It could be about family responsibility. It could be about work, whatever. But there's absolutely no reason whatsoever why you wouldn't be able to take your first steps and start an evening or weekend course in floristry, right? If you say, I don't know anything about doing this, then you just take the opportunity as you can to start learning about it. That's what I mean. There's nothing really that gets in the way. When we start thinking about self-limiting beliefs and we start thinking about self-esteem and self-worth, this is where I really start to kind of start rubbing my hands together when my clients start talking about this. Because when we start thinking about what we deserve in life, and whether or not we are, like, some people just think like, oh, there's just like that kind of stuff doesn't happen to a person like me, like that just why me? Why would it happen? And that's where I really kind of encourage you then to start scratching below the surface with that and working out what that's about. Why would you not be able to have that? Whatever it is, why would you not be able to have that? What part of you thinks that that is either out of your reach or that you don't deserve it? Because so often we get told stories, or we hear stories that we adopt along the way, and we take them on board and they become a part of us. And they usually stem from childhood, but not exclusively. And they're the stories that really keep us stuck. They're the stories which I really like to unpick, because they are usually completely false, and they're usually based on somebody else's, you know, I'm going to say misperception, but I don't even think that's a word. But, you know, it's you know, family stories are a really good one, where somebody will say, you know, oh, you've always been the lazy one, or, you know, oh, you were never really good at doing that. Or somebody who just quite simply has never received unconditional love and praise. And that's, you know, where a lot of my client work becomes, you know, big stuff, is that having that unconditional love and praise. If you haven't received that, and you don't really think that, then you grow up feeling like you're not really loved or valued, means that you don't really end up loving and value yourself, which means that dreaming the big dream doesn't happen to people like you. So I'm not going off on a tangent there. When we think about big dreams, dream lives, big goals, how you view yourself and how you perceive yourself, and the stories that you've heard along the way, and what kind of really then becomes part of your psyche, is so important. And that's why it's so important to really know that and understand that. And only then, once you know that and understand that, can you really start to change the ending of the story. You know, and part of that will be about the people who are in your life now, people who make up your network now. Do they feed into that? Do they support you in your dreams? Do they support you in? Do they support you? Do they advocate for you? Do they tell you that they're proud of you? Do they encourage you? Or do they support a really limiting view of yourself, by telling you that you're always dreaming and you're always this, and you're never satisfied with what you've got, and, you know, you should just, you know, settle. Settle. Like, why would you want to settle? But some people do, and some people feel comfortable with that. And also, the other thing about people around you influencing you is that often people are comfortable in their own space, and so when you start to kind of start breaking the mold and start cracking out of that, it can disrupt people. It can make them feel quite uncomfortable, and so that's another real thing to be aware of as well. Like, who's supporting you on your dream life, who's encouraging you, and who's holding you back ultimately. So what we've got identifying what your dream life looks like. We've got identifying your self-limiting beliefs and the people that are around you. And then we've got thinking about action and what it is you need to do in order to get all of this like moving forwards. So like I said with the silly florist shop idea, like, you can do an evening course in floristry. You can, if you want to be a yoga teacher, I'd love to be a yoga teacher. In my next life, I'm definitely going to be a yoga teacher. I'm not going to do it in this life because I've got too much going on at the moment. I might do it later. I might do it when I'm a bit older. But if you want to be a yoga teacher, make sure that you're doing regular yoga classes. like commit to doing 2 or 3 yoga classes a week. Find out more information about it. Find out about the cost of it. Find out about what kind of yoga style you actually want to teach. Like really find out like how much money you'd be able to earn from it. Start mapping it out. Start really kind of like, so much about the dream life is about being able to really visualize what it is that you want. Visualize it. You know, when you're visualizing stuff, you're making it come true. You are literally making it happen. So, you know, get yourself a cork board, get yourself a piece of wall, and start, you know, cutting out pictures and writing post-its with words on it, and really start framing to make it happen. Small steps done regularly will make such a massive difference. So like I said at the very beginning, this isn't about waking up and having your dream life tomorrow, because that's just not realistic. This is about doing the small steps now that will make a difference in the future. So being able to learn a new skill, or even start thinking about learning a new skill, start finding out what it is, find out what it is that will make your life different. Start thinking about where you want to live. It might be about finding love, or maybe about, you know, like losing, not like losing somebody that you're with, as in like having clarity about who's not making you happy. This is the reality, and this has definitely been the reality over lockdown. Trust me, I've been inundated with people getting in contact, just realizing that their marriage or their family life just isn't sustainable anymore for whatever reason. If that's the case, then you need to start looking into what your options are. What are your options in terms of separating, financial support, housing, like looking after the children, like all of that stuff. Really, really practical kind of stuff that if you're feeling trapped, I mean, obviously, if we're talking about family stuff, then get in touch and we need to have a conversation about how you're actually, you know, doing that, and making sure that that is absolutely the right thing for you. Because often people think that they're at the end of the road, but they're actually not. Sometimes they are, and that's absolutely fine. But I can help you with that. Anyway, that's not where I was going with that at all. I'm talking about creating a dream life and actually just being aware of what it is that you want, what it is you need, and then going after it. Create a routine for yourself whereby you are making those steps a habit. So what are the changes that you're doing? So, you know, I said like doing yoga 2 or 3 times a week. It might be that you want to learn a new language and you're going to commit to doing half an hour of Duolingo every night. Or you're going to meditate, or you're going to do your affirmations, or, you know, like literally whatever it is that you want to do. Go out, start jogging. I've started jogging. I still feel like it's a bit of a joke, but anyway, I'm really enjoying it. But I commit to doing that at least every other day, because that's what I want. I want to be fit and healthy. And then finally, I think which is really crucial actually, for having your dream life, is actually being grateful for what you have and actually recognizing. So when I said at the beginning, you know, write down everything that you have at the moment, you know, good or bad, and then really practice gratitude. What do you have? What do you have in your life that you can be really grateful for? I'm not going to start second guessing anything to do with your lives, but I know for me, I'm really grateful that I have a home that is warm and is safe and is comfortable, and that there are always, hello Nicola darling, you're right, that there's always food in the cupboards and there's always hot water in the pipes. Like, I am so grateful for that. I am so grateful that I've got a job that has done that I've managed to keep and have managed to do well over lockdown, when other people have been far less fortunate. I'm very grateful for my husband and my family and my friends. And, you know, so like we can very easily be woe's me, I want more, I want this, I want that. And it's okay to want more. Like, it is always okay to want more. I don't have any problem with that. dream big, full stop. But also remember that we all have things in our life and people in our lives that we can be very grateful for. I'm very grateful for my health. I know over lockdown, people have been far less fortunate. No one in my family has been affected, and I'm thank the Lord for that. So that's it. That was I'm saying, that if we come with a grateful heart and we are actually able to recognise all of the things that are going well for us and that we have and we can be thankful for, it doesn't mean that that we're ungrateful for wanting more. I genuinely don't think I don't think it means that. But I just think it's about recognising the balance, and it's about being able to concentrate on knowing that we are lucky to be where we are now, as well as being lucky that we can also create our future and we can also create our dream life. So that's it, really. I think that's kind of covered everything. I will no doubt be back at some point doing a very similar live, because I love talking about goals and I love talking about personal development and self-limiting beliefs and self-worth. I just love it all. So if you would like me to do any more videos on any of that, please let me know. Please let me know if there are any other topics that you want me to talk about. And I wish you a lovely rest of weekend. Take care. Bye.